Finally, you can now go ahead and create even more fun, engaging and crowd-pleasing designs in Canva with Canva's new sound effects. Sound effects can be added to any template in Canva, such as a presentation, a YouTube intro, a video, or even a virtual birthday card.
Happy birthday!
So in this tutorial, I'm going to show you where to find these new sound effects and how to add them to a template. I've already done some experimenting, so I want to share with you the best sort of template to use if you're going to be adding music and sound effects to your designs. And please do keep watching because you need to know one very important piece of information when using sound effects in your Canva templates and then sharing them on social media. And this will help you avoid any copyright breaches. Welcome and welcome back to my channel. My name is Nikki Pasquier. I'm a Canva expert and Canva creator, and I help small businesses use Canva to successfully market their brands online. So if this is something that interests you, be sure to subscribe and hit that little bell notification so that you know exactly when I publish a new video. Okay, so if you want to follow me over to my Canva desktop, I will show you where to find your new Canva sound effects. To find the sound effects, you want to start off on your Canva homepage, and from there open up a template to begin a new design. So let's assume today you want to create a quick birthday greeting for sharing on Instagram. Now, I presume what you would normally do is go to the little Instagram thumbnail to open up a blank new post. But not today, because I'm going to show you the best template type to use if you want to use music or sound effects in Canva. So what you're going to do is go up to the search bar and then type in Instagram, now video. Oops. And you want to click on the Instagram post video and create blank. And this is exactly the same dimension as a regular Instagram post, except this is going to be a video. Now, all will be explained later, so make sure you keep watching, but it is very important. Now you can go ahead and design your post, either using one of the templates from the left-hand side, or you can design your own from scratch. And here is one I designed earlier using one of the wonderful Canva templates. To find the new sound effects, all you need to do is go to the left-hand side column and click on the audio tab. So from the top you might find the audio tracks you've recently used, and then underneath you'll find all the various categories of audio, so epic, piano, instrumental, vocal and so on. You'll also find some relatively new categories right at the top underneath the search bar, so use the little side arrow to scroll through and find a category that suits your template. So I'm going to go back here because I noticed birthday, so I'm going to click on that, and this brings up all the sound effects and music associated with birthdays. But I don't want to use any music here, I want to go directly to sound effects. So to do that, all I need to do is click on the little filter tool next to the sidebar, and underneath you will find effects. So if you place a little tick in this box here, Canva will filter out everything except sound effects. Apply filters, and now I'm left with the sound effects associated with birthdays. You can probably see that the sound effects have little crown icons next to them, and this does mean that they are free for Canva Pro users only. If you'd like to play around with some of the Pro sound effects and add them to your templates for free, you can get a 45-day upgrade to Canva Pro using this link. I'll also leave it in the description box underneath this video as well. You can test out a sound effect before adding it to your template by clicking on the little thumbnail image and then clicking on the play button.
Happy birthday!
Happy birthday!
Once you've discovered the sound effect you want to use to add it to your template, just drag it over onto your desktop and you'll find the audio track underneath right here. If I just zoom in a little bit, you can probably see this better. And there you can see the audio track underneath. Now, the reason why I suggested you use an Instagram video template rather than an ordinary Instagram post template is because you have much better audio editing tools within the video editor. So let me just show you what that means. If I click on the audio track right at the bottom and then go up to the Canva toolbar, I can access audio effects, which means that I can fade in the audio track or fade it out, which is a lot more professional, especially if you're using music rather than sound effects. I can also place the audio track wherever I want by just moving it along with my cursor. This means that the audio isn't applied to all of the template. You can apply it to specific parts. If you have just an ordinary Instagram post like this one and you add an audio track to it,
Happy birthday!
applies.
Happy birthday!
Yes, we'll switch that off. It applies to the whole template. You cannot choose where to have the audio track appear. So going back to our template, I can also adjust the volume of the audio track by going up to the top right hand corner of my Canva template and clicking on the little speaker icon. And now I can either reduce the volume by sliding this little button along the slider bar, or I can hit the mute button. To remove the audio track completely, all I need to do is click on the trash icon. And another bonus of using an Instagram video post is you can add several audio tracks to one template. So I could move this down here at the start, split the video, and add another happy birthday clip.
Happy birthday!
So if I preview this template right from the start, this is what it will look like.
Happy birthday! Happy birthday!
Now for the really important bit that I mentioned at the start of this video, and this is going to help you avoid copyright breaches. Most of the music and the sound effects in Canva are provided by a company called Epidemic Sound. Now they provide Canva with the music and sound effects on a single license basis. So here's what you need to know. If you have a template with music tracks or sound effects from Epidemic Sound and you want to share the template on social media, you will need to connect Canva with the social media platform you want to share the template on. So let's do that first of all. Go up to the top right hand corner of your Canva toolbar and click on the share button. Now this layout has changed recently, so what you'll need to do is go down until you find share on social. Click on that and then find the social platform you want to share your template on. Now I can't show you how to connect Instagram and Facebook and LinkedIn because I've already done that, so let's have a look at how to connect with Pinterest. So I'm going to click on the little button, and to connect Canva with your social accounts, all you need to do is follow the instructions online. So I want to connect Pinterest. I'll then authorize the app to give it access. Go back to Canva. And I can now pin this template to whichever board on Pinterest. Now YouTube is slightly different, so let me show you how to connect Canva with YouTube. Go up to the share button again, and the only way you're going to share a template from Canva on YouTube is to download it as a video. So that's exactly what I'm going to do. I'm going to download this particular page as an MP4 video. Now at the bottom here you have a little note from Canva which basically explains the One Design Use music license which is issued by Epidemic Sound. It sounds complicated, but really the thing to remember is you have one license for one share. So if you want to share your template twice, even if it's on the same social media platform, you have to go through this process all over again. So going back to YouTube, I'm just going to download this template as an MP4 video, and now I'm free to share it on YouTube. If you think you're going to be creating a lot of Canva templates, including music and sound effects for social media and YouTube, you might want to consider subscribing to a free 30-day trial with Epidemic Sound, which is exactly what I did. And this means that you don't have to keep reconnecting your social media accounts every time you want to share a template with music and sound effects. If you're not familiar with Canva's video editor, which is what I used in this tutorial, you will find everything you need to know in this video right here. I'll leave the links to these videos underneath in the description box so you can check them out. Thank you so much for watching, and I will see you next time.